Jordan's King Abdullah II is one of the most well-known monarchs in the world. He is known for his progressive policies, his leadership in the Middle East, and his tireless efforts to promote peace and stability in the region. But behind the scenes, there is a story that has never been told. The story of King Abdullah's relationship with his mother, Princess Muna al-Hussein. Princess Muna, originally named Tony Avril Gardiner, was born on April 25, 1941. Her father, Walter Percy Tony Gardiner, began his career in the army as a carpenter and eventually rose to lieutenant colonel. Little is known about her mother, Doris Sutton. Tony spent some time overseas during her childhood, including a period in Kuala Lumpur. It was through her father's international army service that she crossed paths with King Hussein of Jordan, whom she would later marry. Her love story with the king is like a fairy tale about Cinderella. Tony was a commoner and never dreamed of a royal life. However, she was able to win the heart of the royal man thanks to her youthful charm. At the time, 19-year-old Tony Gardiner came to Jordan to reunite with her father and take a job at Jordan Radio and as a secretarial assistant on the set of the film Lawrence of Arabia. King Hussein, who allowed his troops to work as extras, often came to the shoot to see how things were going. There, he met a young English woman and felt sympathy for her. Then they met at a fancy dress party. King Hussein and the English woman Tony Gardiner had a big difference. Firstly, they were people from different worlds. Secondly, they were of different religions. He was a Muslim and she was a Christian. Hussein was also 6 years older than the girl and had more life experience, but then he was only 25, but had ruled the country for almost 10 years and had one unsuccessful marriage. When the king was 20, his parents arranged for him to marry an Egyptian-born third cousin, Dina bint Abdul Hamid. In this marriage, they had a daughter, Princess Aliyah bint Hussein. However, this relationship had no love, so the couple broke up just a year after the marriage. The king decided that his subsequent marriage would be necessarily for love, regardless of the opinion of his parents and the entire royal court. It was no secret that Tony Gardiner was not well liked by anyone in the royal family of Jordan, particularly Queen Zayn, the king's mother. Everyone was challenged to accept that the Jordanian king had chosen to marry a commoner and a woman of another religion. Nevertheless, King Hussein stood by his decision and showed great resolve. They tied the knot in Amman in 1961. The king wore a military uniform and Tony wore a traditional European white dress. This marked the beginning of a new tradition in the royal family whereby all brides would follow suit and wear classic European wedding attire. It's worth noting that Queen Raina and Princess Rajwa also opted for a European-style dress for their weddings instead of traditional Jordanian clothing. After the wedding, Tony Gardiner converted to Islam and also received a royal title and a new name. Since then, everyone began to call her Princess Muna al-Hussein. She was never proclaimed queen, presumably because of her foreign origin. There were also rumors that Princess Muna allegedly did not convert to Islam. However, they could be disturbed by her opponents. A year after the wedding, the couple had a son, Abdullah II, who is the current king of Jordan. A year later, the second son of Prince Faisal bin Hussein, and 5 years later, the couple welcomed the twin princes Aisha and Zayn. The British origin of Princess Muna, of course, greatly affected the upbringing of their children. They absorbed many European traditions and their first language was English. The family seemed happy, however, their idyll lasted only a short time. On December 21, 1972, King Hussein divorced Princess Muna and remarried Queen Aliyah al-Hussein 3 days later. Jordan's official royal court never commented on the reason for the king's divorce from Princess Muna. However, judging by the fact that Hussein celebrated the wedding so quickly, it can be assumed that the reason for the separation was a new love affair in his life. According to the stories of those close to him, the king was madly in love with Aliyah. Of course, as a Muslim, King Hussein could take a second wife and not divorce Muna. However, it would be unthinkable for a European woman to share her husband with a second wife. Princess Muna would never have been able to accept such a fate, so she was forced to withdraw from this relationship. Princess Muna, whom King Hussein has divorced, is retaining custody of their 4 children and was given Humar Palace, 15 miles west of Amman. A contemporaneous New York Times article read. It also noted that her 2 sons would return to private school in Britain. Princess Muna retained her title and good relationship with her ex-husband and also continued raising her children. She decided to stay in Jordan and devoted herself to crucial social work. She founded the Princess Muna Scholarship Fund for Nursing and the Princess Muna College of Nursing and Allied Health Professions. In 2007, she was awarded the Sigma Theta Tau International Archon Award for helping advance health and welfare worldwide. She's also the vice president of the Royal College of Nursing. Muna never remarried, and nothing is known about her personal life. However, it's only clear that she has a good relationship with the ruling royal family of Jordan and participates in all important events, unlike, for example, another ex-wife of King Hussein, Queen Noor, who was not invited to the wedding of Jordan's crown prince. King Abdullah II had a close relationship with his mother, Princess Muna al-Hussein. She was a strong influence in his life and his development as a leader. She instilled in him a deep respect for education, culture, and history, and she encouraged him to pursue his passions and to explore the world. Princess Muna was also a source of support and guidance for King Abdullah II throughout his life. She was there for him during his early years as a leader, and she continued to advise him on matters of state and diplomacy throughout his reign. Her dedication to peace and understanding in the Middle East was a constant inspiration to him, and he has continued to work towards these goals in his own leadership. The untold story of Jordan's King Abdullah II and his relationship with his mother, Princess Muna al-Hussein, is a fascinating one. Their personal lives, their familial ties, and their impact on Jordan's history and culture are all intertwined in a rich tapestry of love, dedication, and progress. Princess Muna al-Hussein's dedication to women's rights, education, and healthcare has helped to improve the lives of countless Jordanians, and her influence on Jordan's culture can still be felt today. King Abdullah II's commitment to peace and stability in the Middle East, his dedication to education and innovation, and his tireless efforts to promote dialogue and understanding between different cultures and religions have made him one of the most respected leaders in the world.